And welcome everybody. It is John the Net Guy, and today is Tech on Tuesday number 10. And we're here with the Trifo Lucy robot vacuum. This is the one you can enter to win today. It is a gorgeous robot vacuum, and it is stuffed with really cool tech. That's one of the things that I love on this show. So we're going to go ahead and talk about this one third in the show. I've got a couple other products ahead of it. We're also going to talk to some people on Amazon Live. I got to let those guys in here. But as I say every week, Amazon doesn't like big countdown screens and other cool stuff. So I was going to let them in here, but need a couple ground rules. I can't send you to my website. I can't tell you to follow me on Facebook, check me out on, YouTube or any of the others. I'm actually streaming live on Twitch right now. I can't tell you all that stuff when I'm on Amazon. So we'll be good stewards of the Amazon rules, and you're going to see me say, hey, follow me a few times, because that's how I build my Amazon following. If you haven't done that already yet, if you visit amazon.com/shop/thenetguy, that was backwards, the net guy that way, then you can see whenever I go live. And actually, I did a special exclusive on Saturday for the Trifo company. We did all 3 vacuums. It was awesome. I see a couple people I got to shout out in the chat. Jim, thank you, Jim, for joining. And he was one of the winners of the robot vacuums. I believe he won the Emma, so that's going to be heading out to his way. But I'm going to let the Amazon guys in here, and we're going to get started. I really do appreciate the questions you guys have. So if you have questions on any of the cool home office accessories and other cool tech I'm going to show today, blurt them out in the chat. If you've got one of these, that is awesome. I really do appreciate it. And Skull ran over there, and a Twitch exists. So yes, I am on Twitch. I think I got like 2 people on Twitch. So I'm going to go over here to this phone. That lets me get to the Amazon and talk to those guys and let them in here. I also have a promo code on a product. So that actually shows on your Amazon, and it's one of the other products. So if you want to get that promo code, you can follow me on Amazon. That's really cool. And Pinky Tech's back for Vacuum Day, he says. Yes, yes, it is. And I do have animals and vacuums again. This is kind of a trend going on here, apparently. But yes, thank you guys all for joining on Tech on Tuesday. I see the lobbies are filling up here. We're getting quite a few people joining. I'm going to close this to save bandwidth, and then we're going to let those Amazon guys in. 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome Amazon shopper. It is John the Net Guy, and it is Tech on Tuesday number 10. I think this is the last one I get to do with my shoes on. So today's a special show. It's going to be a little bit shorter than normal. I've got 4 products to show today. The third product up is going to be the one from our sponsor, the Trifo Robotics company. These guys are really, really cool. Drayton, 2K, by the way, awesome. Thank you for joining here. I am going to shout out a few people. If it's your first time here, let me know. I'll shout you out on the show. I love to do that. It's a community. I have some really cool home office tech that I'm going to show today. And then I've got a future project that I'm working on. I'm going to kind of let you in on that and show you some of the products that are related to that. So got a few products. If you're following me on Amazon, you can see that. There will be a giveaway. The Lucy vacuum is going to be given away. There's going to be a couple chances to enter. I did a show on Saturday where I went through. So if you're on Amazon or you follow me on Amazon, you get to see those Saturday shows. It's another great reason to hit the follow button right now. And we see a wild Zachary Solis has shown up here. Thank you so much. First live show from the R Good. I love it. I love it. Good to see you guys up there. Very, very cool. And I see some chat going on already. It's going to distract me the whole time, I know. But the first product that I want to talk about is actually something that I've needed in my studio here. And it's something that I'm going to be using continuously. So let me safely put this down. I can't tell you how many times it tried to drive off of the table here earlier. They do not do well not being near their charger or seeing their charger, and it's like, oh, I'm going back to the charging station. It's starting to drive. They won't fall off. We'll talk about that. But the first product that's up, I'm going to pull this up on the Amazon, is this cool laptop stand. So I was inadvertently trapped in Texas for an extra 5 days. Pinky Tech knows all about that. PC Tech Hustle as well. And I had to use my little 13-inch laptop. So I've got a 13-inch MacBook. I'm going to pull that out here. And I don't know about you, but if you're in one of those non-ergonomic hotels and you're looking down like this on all your Zoom calls, everybody's looking up your nose. So that, and you're going to get this hunchback syndrome when you're tilted over like that. So when these guys reached out to me, they say, hey, we've got this really cool all aluminum laptop stand. I was like, sign me up. Where do I sign up? So it comes pretty well packaged. You know, it's got cushions where it needs, but this thing is ultra durable. Super light, but it has some weight in the base where it needs it. So that was kind of cool. It also has some holes. I guess you could drill this in if you're one of those IT guys that's making maybe a podium. You could do that too. So that's kind of cool. So it comes in. I'm going to show you guys how small this thing is when it gets shipped. That's how small this thing is. I left the stickers and everything on exactly how you'll see it when you get it. So it's got this press here button, and there's a bunch of them, one on the bottom there. Does have cushions on the bottom, so it's not going to scratch up your desk or anything. So I'm going to put that here. So what's cool about it? Well, if you push this little button in, and I'm going to switch back to the camera that you can see me on. If you push this little button in, you can lift it up and set it and lock it. Now, it has these non-skids, which is really slick. If I push this one, I can cantilever it the other way to some, normal height. And then I can put my MacBook on it. So if you're like me, maybe giving a presentation and you don't want to have your laptop way down, you want to keep your eyes up, you could have your notes for your presentation on here. Now, if you're, again, like I was saying, trapped in a hotel somewhere or a desk area that's not ideal, you can see how that lifts up there. You can be looking straight at your webcam. Maybe you need a sit-stand desk, but you can't afford the sit-stand desk. It's pretty slick. So this thing right here, we'll go over to the Amazon page. I'm getting people asking how much. Yes, and I got some cool questions that are started here already about the air ventilation, but check this out. That is the third method of adjust. So I said that you could use this almost as a sit stand for your laptop. I'm like, this thing is slick. Again, got to be careful when you're adjusting it. I would take your laptop off normally, but I'm just showing you the adjustability. So you can, it's got probably at about every 5 degrees, it has an adjustment. There, you might want to have that mounted. I'll pull it forward just a little bit. And you can find those detents. So it's got pretty strong detention. There you go. So now I can look at that thing and I can be using my standing height Mac there if I'm doing a presentation. So that's, a side screen or something. Pretty slick. Again, can adjust it up and down to whatever you want. And what's cool about this adjustment too is it doesn't have to be like super high. You can actually, in the way I used it last night, I was working at our dining table with one of the other products coming up, so I might show you that. You can actually lower it all the way down here. You got to do a little bit of adjustment, but you can do it like this. I've actually seen a lot of people that have multi-monitor setups put their laptop with their email open, and laptops, again, notoriously low, put their laptop up like in this configuration. So it can definitely boost that up if you have one of those. And it fits perfect with my MacBook. Let's take a look at the back because some people have been asking about that real quick. So on this one, there's the ventilation on the bottom of it. So it's got these feet, which are going to keep your laptop from sliding off. It's got these pads similar to the bottom, but it's got good ventilation all across the bottom. And these pads actually buffer it enough so you'll get some airflow in there. Super cool construction. Again, my MacBook, nobody believes it's a MacBook, but it's all black. But yeah, it matches the metal finish really cool. So, and awesome. Getting some good questions in the chat and some good comments here, people sharing. So I'm going to pull up the Amazon page here in just a second. Skull says, my wife uses her work laptop that way. Laptop plus 2 monitors on arms. Perfect. The Mount Pro Monitor Company would love to hear that. That's one of the things that made my channel famous here, but let's go over. I'm going to show you real quick how I used it. Like I was saying, this was actually last night doing a little show prep. And you'll see there's a future coming product in there. And I'm just at, our dining table. And I wanted a little bit more height. I actually used it typing up a little higher. And welcome. I see Tina Meyer in the chat. Thank you so much for joining on the Facebook side. And I'm taking a look at a few people here. I've got some homework to do, it looks like. Get our mod all set up before the show goes too far. Hopefully you guys will be good in chat. We won't need them. But last week's we had a ton of people here. We needed a moderator. So let me pull this one up real quick on Amazon. If you don't know how to find me, the Amazon URL is down there. This is going to switch. This bald guy down here is going to keep swapping ones. But my Amazon shop is right there, amazon.com/shop/thenetguy. and you can see my Amazon store. Let's go take a look at that. This is my Amazon page. Now, when I'm live, if I refresh, this is always the one that literally trips me out. If I'm live, you'll actually see me live right there, and you can see the actual show going, which is pretty cool. So that is my Amazon store. If I've put out recent videos like this Blink security camera, these Wise Buds videos, you can see all of that here. And one of the areas here is the Tech on Tuesday area. So it's got an idea list. These are the 4 products I'm going to show you guys today. So you can see those there. You can jump directly to them, and I get a tiny, tiny little bit of commission. Not enough to buy a coffee, even on this one. So, but I appreciate you guys. If you do use those links, that's awesome. It helps support this channel, helps me buy camera and memory card and other gear. This product I really do believe in. I think it's going to be a really cool product. It is very durable. They can show you some use cases here with a keyboard underneath it. I think that could be killer. I would definitely use it with a wireless keyboard if I wanted a kind of a sit-stand workstation. So you can see how it goes up and down there. I'm going to pull that overlay off so you guys can see that. And then there's the 3 dimensions of adjustability that it has. Sorry about my laptop today has decided it's going to just blink in and out. I've tried a couple different adapters. It's time for a new laptop. So, and hey, welcome Peter. Thank you to the show. I am doing very well. This is John the Net Guy. If you guys have never been on here, and I see a lot of new names, I do Tech on Tuesday. It's 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. We take a look at new tech gear and things like a Lucy vacuum. And most of the brands have been really, really helpful at doing giveaways. So I don't have to buy the vacuum to give it away. They're giving away this vacuum. So Trifo over there has sponsored the show today. But today we're looking at the Rote collapsible laptop stand. This thing is $39 right now, and there's an extra 10% off. So you're looking at like $36 when you do that, which is pretty cool. So again, this is the stand itself, and I'm going to bring it back out here because I want to show you where I'm going to be using it. This one specifically. This is not a giveaway target, and there was a specific reason for that, which is I've always had a problem with space here in my little studio. So you can see I'm pretty tight, especially if I'm demoing larger stuff. So I'm going to put my MacBook away, and I'm going to show you which laptop I want to use it with. The one right over here, the show laptop. So by having this, it's going to let me clean up this whole left side. So I can bring it there. And now I can take my Stream Deck that I use over here, right? And I can slide it up underneath of this. And if I want to bring it up or down, again, I can do that with this middle adjustment. Take a little bit of weight off of it before you do that. That's my recommendation. And then you can, move it easier. But I can move my Stream Deck underneath there. If I want a little bit more angle, a little bit more height, I can come back here, hit that button, angle it up, and then find that detent. There it is. So I can come out as high or low as I want with this, which is pretty cool. And, I can have that be my show laptop over here. And like I said, I can move my Stream Deck under here, and now I can switch to different views. I can do different overlays. I can put that overlay back down, and I don't have to move the laptop. So I'll play with this a little bit more, but I just wanted to show you this product. It's pretty slick. And, from a manufacturer perspective, they were really cool about this. They wanted to have some nerds see this item, and I said, I have just the people for you. So this is what I'm going to be using in the future. I'm about ready to switch over to my next product. You guys probably already see it. I'm going to go take a look quickly at the chat just to make sure I didn't miss any people that were asking very important questions, like laptop getting low on blinker fluid. I think that might be Pinky's trying to tell us why my laptop is flickering on the HDMI. I don't know. Maybe I need a new HDMI cable. What do you think? It could be there. Maybe next week I'll show HDMI cables. So I appreciate that. Let me pull up the chat here. Carol Franco. Hi there. I love that one. It is amazing. I love it. I have an Acer 10. I have it over 10 inches high to match my 24-inch monitors. Carol, thank you for checking in on Amazon. That's awesome. And David Frank, thank you for joining on Amazon. So really, really cool. Let me just show you one more time the adjustability this thing has, because I have not seen one that's built this well. Now, my stand moves a little bit here. I've got a sit-stand desk. But man, this thing is durable. I'll put it on the second so you can see it on the side there up close. It's one of my better cameras. But yeah, super solid. I like that. And again, strong hinges, very well built with ventilation. So that was our first product. I'm going to set that off to the side. We'll take a look at it again once before we close out the show. And like I said, you're going to see this. It's going to be my side laptop stand. And Pinky's coming in with the I keep it. I like how adjustable it is. I keep the laptop closed on a dock, though. Well, yeah, I can't do much about that, Pinky. Sorry about that. I think you also have the 1080p laptop. You know, I couldn't do anything about that for you, too. So I'm going to put that off to the side. Again, it will work with phones or tablets or other devices as well. I could see that if you have a tablet that you want to have off to the side. So that's pretty cool. The next product is kind of interesting. So I'm just pulling that up right now on Amazon and the Amazon carousel. And they're calling it an architect's desk lamp. And lighting, I'm kind of a big lighting snob here. We counted them earlier. I was talking to some friends of mine, and there's 8 different lights in this room to make the scene exactly the way I want it. But, you know, sometimes I go upstairs and I just work upstairs in the natural light, not in my studio. So if I'm working my day job, I go do that. And part of that is just color temperature of the lighting. You know, my lights down here are fixed. I can't change them. I don't get any of that warm lighting. I don't get any of that cool lighting. Tina Meyer's asking what the size of the laptop will it hold. Just Tina, to answer your question on the other one that we were talking about, that will hold a 16-inch laptop. So the big MacBooks, it's going to handle that. 17 maybe, but you might be pushing it. Just depends on the size. But yeah, definitely will hold up to a 16 easily. So just taking a look, make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, this light was something that I thought, you know, that's interesting. I've seen a lot of RGB. A lot of companies reach out to me, honestly, and they want like gaming RGB lights to go around your monitor and stuff. And I don't usually say yes to those, but this one had me intrigued, especially because they have it in white. And this is the light. Now, no fancy frills like Bluetooth and a wireless app and all this other stuff. But what it does provide is a really, really comfortable and cool light. I could see this for my daughters in their room. If you've got a student at home, I can't tell you how important it is to get them at their desk and not, you know, on their beds or wherever. And good lighting, you know, I get some eye fatigue at times. You know, I've had a lot of stuff. And I just want to show you real quick how simple this thing is to work. There's 4 buttons on the top, and I'm going to bring this over on the side so you can see this. There we go. So 4 simple buttons across the top on this one. You've got your power button. You've got another button right here, which I'm not going to touch, and I'll tell you why in a second. You've got this button, which changes your color temperature here. I'm trying to do this backwards. And you can probably see it change just a little bit. Now, the GoPros will automatically do that, but you can see how there's that warm light color. Sorry about this. I just realized I cannot see that when I'm going on the other side there. So it's got that warm light color. That's the cool light color. And then there's 4 shades in between. So it's got 6 different light shades. I tend to like the warm lights upstairs. You can see how warm that is compared to my studio. My studio is more of a, you know, a 5,000 Kelvin rating. And then they actually have different brightness levels. So it's going to go all the way down to super low. And then you can bring it all the way back up. Now, the one thing I don't like, I'll tell you, is I don't know when I hit the bottom or the top. You have to count to yourself. There's no indication of that. But again, it's a very minimalist design. You may have already seen the cord on top here. If you look really, really carefully, it has this little cord that sticks out. That was a little bit different. I thought I wasn't going to like that, but it actually works out pretty cool. And then I was like, okay, that's never, ever going to fit around my monitor, right? So I just happened to have this Scepter monitor, which is, again, my favorite. I've done a couple live streams on this one. I said this thing will never ever fit on my monitor. Now, luckily this monitor is pretty adjustable, but this is the low size on most monitors. Check this out. Bring it up, monitor behind, and you can bring it down like that. And what's cool about that is it's not going to glare off of your monitor, and you can adjust this forward and back. You can use it as a side lamp. Oh, I got to get it just right though, because I know there's a couple of you that like pick when things are not perfectly level. So, and then, you know, Zachary, he just stole the big show because I was going to show you the next thing on this one, which is and he's a total nerd like me, loves having lamps like this when working with a magnifier on tiny electronics. I've got a couple solder stations over there and a magnifying station, and it is so nice to have task lighting. But just to show you again how nice this works, And to show off the studio lighting that we have, I'm going to say, Alexa, turn off the studio. Maybe. Alexa, turn off the studio. There we go. So that is all of the studio lighting, except one. And so this is the only light in the room now, other than the RGBs. And you can see, again, how clean that light is that it's coming out. I can light myself. I actually tried this earlier when I had all the studio lights on, and I can still wash myself out with it because it is so bright. So there's an example of the different color temperatures. So again, that is going to be your, the brighter Kelvin, I think it goes up to 6,000 if I was to remember that. And then I'm just adjusting it here to the warmer colors. There we go. And it's back in the warm. Now, again, you can tap this and adjust the brightness down, and it gets really, really low. But for reading, very, very cool. And Tina Myers does cell phone repair. Awesome. I didn't know that. I've had to do a lot of screens on cell phones recently. I don't know why. There's like a screen epidemic. So I just want to show you something interesting. So as I turn the lights back on in the studio, you're going to see something that this thing is going to do. It has a feature down here on the end. If I push this little button, and there's a light indicator that turns on. I don't know if I can show that to you. Let me try it over here. So I pushed the button right there next to that little light sensor. And what this will do is it will adjust the light automatically now to the ambient light in the room. So as I turn that light on, it will actually adjust the light brighter to catch up with it. And if I turn it off, and I don't know how quickly this is supposed to react, it is supposed to be able to turn itself down. So that's another cool feature that it has. I really like that. So Jeremy, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to change her name. I've got a whole show I'm going to bring up next week. I think I just told Jeremy's lights to change, and hopefully nobody has a studio with a bunch of lights on right now that just turned off. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to mute myself. Okay, I muted myself for that little piece. I'm going to do one more change here. Thank you guys for indulging me in that, but I do want to show you guys the products as they are intended to be used. I can adjust some of my stuff back to where it needs to be. And again, this, as I pulled up on the Amazon, is the Architect's Desk Lamp. It's actually made by several companies here. Let me pull up the one I've got. There's many, many different ones that are very, very similar. I can only vouch for this one. So again, if you're going to pick it up, I'd recommend going to my Amazon shop. This is the page for it right here. Now, right now, it is $65.99, and it has $20 off. So you're going to be able to get it for somewhere around $45, which I think is a really good value on this one. One more second. There we go. I had to set my lighting just the right way, and I got to turn that one back on. It's always fun. I try to save those to do all at once real quick here. So that is the product here. And again, it's from the, I don't want to pronounce this wrong, but the Cable Ricca company. So this is the Architect Desk Lamp. This would make a killer gift, again, if you have a student or a friend, somebody that works on small electronics. Couple things about it. Like I said, it's not, perfectly clean because it does have that little tiny cord that you have to attach. It is really, really easy to put together. They include all of the hardware that you need. The base on it, while the light is really light, the base is where all the weight is. This is all plastic or soft rubber. So that's where they did that to keep all of that weight in there. Adjustable up and down. I would say about there is the lowest it will adjust. And then, you're probably getting about 3 or 4 inches of adjustment, I would say, on that. You can't rotate the light bar. I've tried that. The way that the light attaches, it doesn't do that as well. So yeah, answering your question, Timothy, now you can move it sideways. You can cant it sideways if you have it off to the side of a monitor maybe, or the other way. So it does that. You could light up a ceiling or another area. Maybe you could use it as an uplight if you wanted to light behind a couch or something. You could do some cool stuff, but very neat. It's not like Bluetooth or wireless or any of that. It's just super simple capacitive touch controls, but I dig it. I think that this one's going to be going to my girls. I think they want to use that in their room. There are 2 different colors that are available on this one. It looks like this white color is a little bit cheaper right now. So it's $65.99 on Amazon. The black color, there you can see it right there. I'm going to go through just a couple of their photos. I like to do this. I don't doing this stuff live, you don't get to see everything the way they intended it exactly. So they're showing you the adjustability there. They're showing you the controls there as well. The different the different color temperatures that I talked about there as well earlier, and how you can adjust those. And it does memorize those. So if you turn it on and off, that'll say exactly where it was. It's not going to go crazy on you. You're not going to have to set it every time, which I like as well. So yeah, very cool product. And this is the ideal use case. Again, this is how I want to use it. So I want to have that behind my monitor, facing down at your keyboard. This is, again, really good for students that tend to work in the dark. Want to do that if you can help it. It's not good for you, not good for your eyes. And getting to have that warm color temperature is really good, at least part of the day. They say blue is really good for productivity, but I can get overloaded if I'm in a blue room with too much blue light all day. Don't get to sleep at night, so I like going back to the warmer color on there. So that was the Architect's Desk Lamp. Serene G, welcome back. She was here on the Amazon. Thank you so much. She was here on the Amazon over the weekend, and I see JC Mom of 3. She loves to win stuff on here, so she has won stuff in the past. Awesome. So good to see you guys here. I'm going to switch away to the next product, which is from our show sponsor today, the Trifo Robotics Company. Now, I've shown you guys several different vacuums from them. We started with the Maxwell. We went on to the Emma. I'll tell you, the deal they had on the Emma this weekend was awesome. So if you're not following me on Amazon, that was an Amazon exclusive. It was $132 for the Emma Pet Vacuum, which was a crazy deal. So much of a good deal. I want to show you guys this. Oh, it signed me out. Oh, Google Photos. Why did you do that right at the exact worst time? Give me 1 second here. I'll get signed in because I want to show you this. This was actually interesting. I got their permission to show it. And you guys with the really, really good eyes, I'm going to have to worry about my passwords around you guys now. Thank goodness for two-factor, right? Let's see. It knows this laptop already. Okay, I wanted to show you guys this really fun picture. This is the Emma Pet Vacuum, and that is Izzy. That is my parents' dog. And I sent them one of these. I bought them for a birthday gift, the Emma Pet, at my own cost because it was such a great deal. And I sent that down to them, and it's already scurrying around doing everything. And what's funny, my dad, he's in his late 60s. He was driving it around as a remote control vacuum with the controls. So again, really cool products from the Trifo company. And I can't say enough about the Lucy, but there's Izzy. Hi, Izzy. She is probably in dog years over 100, I'm guessing. I'd have to figure out that math, but really, really great product from them. So let's bring out the Lucy. Let's talk about this one. I'm going to take our light away for now. If you guys do have questions about these or want to know more, like some of the people have been asking already, let me know, and I will bring the products back out. So this is the Lucy Pet. Now, what's cool about this one is it combines all of the neat features of the other Trifo Robotics vacuums with the most advanced obstacle avoidance, which is really, really slick in this one, and 2 cameras. So it's got a visual camera with high definition, and it's got an infrared camera that's on there as well. The navigation is going to be phenomenal, but let me pull up again just so you guys can see the different ones. Oh, Pinky, cat won't leave our vacuum alone. I really do need to pull up that video. If you send that to me, I might be able to pull that up, Pinky, if you want me to show your cat driving on a vacuum again. That was a pretty cool one. But there we go. So that is the Lucy vacuum. Let me pull up the correct page over here because I want to show you guys some videos I took of it. And I want to show you a comparison of the different models. So, oh, now I had the wrong screen share. Let me do this. Get it up into presentation mode. There we go. So this is the different model comparison. Like I said, top of the line. This is that piano black, gloss black look. So gold, could take it or leave it, but a very, very sharp looking robot vacuum. It has the 2 sensors in the front. It has the best mapping capabilities because of the cameras, because of the advanced AI in it, some of the best mapping ability of it. And it has the pet capabilities of the Lucy, of the Emma Pet version. So let me pull that up and talk about what those are. So on the bottom of most robot vacuums, you're totally used to seeing something that looks, well, like this, right? There's the bottom of it. There's a little item that got caught in there as well. But if you're going to be picking up pet hair, especially on smooth floors, This is a drop-in replacement that takes that agitator for carpet, especially again, smooth surface, vinyl. I've got a ton of vinyl, laminate flooring, pergo flooring, anything like that. You throw this in there and it's going to do a much, much better job of picking up pet hair. This is also going to rub that through carpet as well if it goes over carpet, which is slick. Now, talking about that solid surface flooring, another interesting thing, and I'm going to go over to the side camera here in just a second, show you how to install this. Let's see if number 2 is there for me. Yep. So this is a cool feature. This is actually a mopping attachment. So this was available on the Emma Pet, but if you've got a bunch of solid surface, cats and dogs don't care about what they're tracking in the house and where they've been stepping. So if you want to use this, you add just straight water to it. I can't tell you to put anything else in there, but my wife is a huge natural cleaner, essential oil person. So I think a little bit of the thieves cleaner or something like that may do a good job. Some disinfectant, which is really cool. How would this compare with some of the other brands? Timothy Clark's asking that. I'll talk about that a little bit. So, you know, there's other brands out there. Not going to lie. You know, I've even shown some on my shows before. I think this one is where you start to see a lot of the features at the higher level of the robot vacuums, the more advanced navigation start to come together. So I have not seen a mopping robot vacuum. So this is that mopping capability that it has. Now, these are the little mops that you can clean these out, but these things are kind of like your Swiffer sweeper. They're the inserts and they literally just slide in and then they Velcro down. So now it's going to drive around. You can run it with both. You know, you can have the agitator as well as the mop. It's going to run around, and the way you can tell that it's in mop mode is it has this little side here. Now, after about 20 minutes, which is enough to do most of my front room, they say to stop it and go ahead and refill. And that's another interesting thing about this one, is it has some of the best restarting capabilities of all the ones that are out there. So this again is the Lucy that we're taking a look at. And so if you need to stop it for whatever reason, if it sees a person, this is the one that's not going to run over your kids. It's not even going to touch them. I'll show you how cool that is. And the advanced AI does some things that even some of the other vacuums that don't have cameras just can't do. And I'm going to show that real quick here. So let me pull that up here on the side. I'm going to give you a little overview of our mission today. This is the pet-friendly advanced optics, 2-camera, and the mopping ability. This is the Lucy from the Trifo company. This is our mission area here, and this is my test area, also known as my living room, kitchen, and dining room, which is awesome. So you can see I've got a lot of complex furniture and other stuff going on here. You know, it's not going to be the easiest thing for it to clean through. Now, this is where I mounted it along the wall. You can take the charging base and you put it wherever you want. Hey, Randy, I'm going to see you in a little while. Thank you. Welcome to the show. He's watching us on Facebook here. This is John the Net Guy. If you guys are just joining, I am doing a demo of the Trifo Lucy vacuum cleaner. That's this nice looking gloss piano black robot vacuum. It's one of the highest tech vacuum cleaners I've tested, with more stuff than you can shake a stick at, from a company that has really done an amazing job of making robot vacuums affordable. So if this is your first time here, I do need to pull this up real quick. I am giving this vacuum away here in a little bit. Once we get through a few more of the slides, I'm going to give you the information. I don't want you to enter for something that you don't know, right? So I'm going to give you the information on how to enter here shortly. But this is it taking off. And then I'm going to show you just an onboard camera. And what was so funny about this, and I didn't realize it until later, was I didn't need to put my GoPro on it. Now, this isn't the camera on the Lucy. I have to admit that. This is my GoPro. This is how I normally film the robot vacuums moving around. And if you see it bumping a little bit, that's the texture of my floor. So this is a little ride along here with the GoPro, and it's running around. But the cool thing about this one, and one of the things I wanted to point out, is the fact that it's so short. So it's going to go right up to the toe kick there, and it's going to go underneath it. Now, a lot of the other vacuums, when they turn, especially if they have a bulb that will, you know, on the back side hit into something. There's me hiding in the corner there. It's always fun to see me when I'm recording these things. But if it has some sort of, you know, maybe an IR sensor, which one of the other ones has, as they turn around, all of my cabinets are scuffed. You can see the ones on the left there, that white on the blue. I wish I could point to that. I don't know if it'll let me point over to that. I think I can highlight it here. Oh, can I do that? Yeah, so right here. So what you're seeing there, those are all scuffs along in my cabinets, and those are from my other robot vacuum that's not short enough that will bump its way along and, you know, cause little nicks. Don't tell my wife. Hopefully she's not watching. So just wanted to point that out real quick. That is just how low it is. So you can see it gets underneath the cabinets. Now it does have a fall sensor. So that's another thing I wanted to point out real quick here, is if it does get to some area that it's not supposed to be in, which happens, it's not going to fall down the steps. You don't have to worry about that. What you can do, because of the advanced mapping that this one has, you can set go, no go zones. You can designate rooms, and I don't unfortunately have enough data here to show you that. But you can also say, I want to do just this room and not that room, which is another really cool thing. You can kind of pick your cleaning areas. Maybe you want to do the kids' room and not the rest of the house. So you can just hit that and go. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to check the Amazon chat one more time real quick here. Serene, and I've asked this before, is they're trying to figure out how to enter for the robot vac. Hey, Jennifer, I will actually be showing that information very, very shortly. Just bear with me about 5 or 6 more videos here, and you'll see it. So it's just going to be here in just a few minutes. But I'm showing some of the features of the Trifo vacuum here. Now, this one is some of my, well, obstacles, let's put them that way. I grabbed a pair of kids' shoes, and I grabbed the test that I love to do, which is the, well, imitation dog stuff. So I use that. It's actually like a squish ball. My kids like steal it. I have to go find it every time I'm going to do a show. But that is a great test of a robot vacuum. So I'm going to pull this over to the side real quick. This side. And this is a magnetile. That's one obstacle that I put out for him. And this is the other obstacle, because the worst thing you can do, especially if you call yourself a pet vacuum, is hit one of these and drag it around the carpet throughout the whole part of your house. I've heard horror stories of that. So that was the big test for the Lucy, and one of the things I really, really wanted to see. So thank you guys. If you are on Amazon and you haven't hit that follow button, go ahead and hit that. That will tell you every single time I'm going to go live, which I really do appreciate. So back to the videos here. I wanted to show you again how low this thing is. Most robot vacuums cannot make it underneath my dining table there. So you can see I've actually had in the past had to put something to like lift the dining table up just a little bit. But in this case, it's going to come back through here. And I've got it on zoom here, so hopefully you guys can see it. But it's going to go right underneath the center spar of that dining table because it is so low. I believe it is 3 7/8 inches, maybe 3 3/4 inches. So that's a really interesting thing there, is how well it does navigating those kind of obstacles. I'm going to pull this up too, which is that obstacle challenge. Now I'm going to get myself out of the way here because I think this is really important. This is, as a pet owner, something you're going to want to see, but you can see that IR going in the front. And this is the point where most vacuums usually fail. They fail badly. And in this case, I want you to see how daintily this thing moves around here. So we're going to go again. It doesn't even hit it with the brushes. It moves around, and it doesn't even hit my GoPro. You can see it go up to this little GoPro obstacle. It says, oh, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to hit it. So I was so excited. I picked up the GoPro here, and I'm like, okay, what's it going to do with the shoes? So the shoes were the next test here. It's my daughter's little cowboy boots. And it's moving around. Again, it's doing the cleaning the whole time. It's using that agitator, and it's bringing any sort of dirt into the center, into the chamber there. And it's going to go right up to these, and it's going to stop. And then it's going to move around. It's going to go around them, which is really cool. So that was a total win. And then the magnetile. Now, the first couple times when it came by the magnetile, it definitely missed it. It did move around it. It didn't hit it. But on one of the other passes, it did actually hit the magnetile, in full disclosure. So again, that's a super hard challenge for nearly any vacuum to do, but this thing totally passed. If you're a pet owner, which may occasionally have a pet that's stuck inside too long, that is really, really, really cool. Let's talk about what this vacuum costs. I know a couple questions are coming up about that. Very cool product here. Give me 1 second to set that up. I'm going to run over to my Amazon page. Again, that's the way that you guys can find any of these products that I'm showing today. So I'm going to run back over here. I have to turn that off. Sorry about that, guys. Give me 1 second here. And I have to shut this one off to be able to do that. Give me 1 second. There we go. So the best thing you can do if you want to figure out where all the products I'm showing you, you're not on Amazon, maybe you're watching on one of those other services, take a look at the links in the description. That's going to show you where you can go. But if you visit my Amazon shop here, you can see the live stream that we're doing now. You can also see the other products that we have and the products that are coming up. And then if you come down here, you can open and close the different groups here. This is the Tech Tuesday, number 10. And this is the Lucy vacuum here. So normally $400 for this vacuum. It's actually discounted right now to $339. There is no promo code on this one because the price is already discounted $70 from the normal amount. Oh, sorry, $60 from the normal amount. I want to be very clear on that. So it's $339. It has a lot of really cool tech features. One of the most advanced ones I've seen. It's got a lot of the mixture of the features from the Maxwell and the Emma. But speaking of that, I do want to go back to some of the demos because there is even more cool stuff that it does that you haven't gotten to see yet. So I'm going to pull that up real quick. But that, if you're interested in picking that up, is available in the Amazon carousel right now, and or the video has a link in it as well. So I'm going to switch back over so you guys can see. This is the thing that is really, really advanced about it. And this is what happens when it moves around an obstacle. You can see over there the shoes that are on the map. So this is the mapping. The lighter color areas are what it's already cleaned, and the darker areas are areas it wasn't able to get to or where it wasn't able to clean yet. Once you have this, you can go into the app and you can, mark areas not to go into, so no-go zones. It has that capability. Like I said, you can say go clean just this room, so you can do named rooms. So the mapping compared to all of the other models is the most advanced when it comes to this one. And on the left side, that's actually a picture that you're seeing of the room with the onboard camera, but I'm going to try to do that live here. Give me 1 second. I do not want this thing to drive off. So I'm just booting it up right now. It's going to take a few seconds. Like I said, I had a really embarrassing thing where it almost decided to go. And it does have fall sensors, and it wouldn't do that. It would definitely give up here soon. But with all the stuff going on in the studio, I didn't want to do that. There's the music. Hopefully that's not copyrighted, or I'll have a copyright strike before the end of the show. But no, that's it starting up. The other cool thing about this, and you wouldn't know this unless you bought every single model that they have, but each one has a different voice. So the Maxwell has a male's voice. The Emma Pet has a completely different lady's voice. And this one, she'll start up when she's ready and just say hi. And I'm going to bring up the app because I want to show you how that works. Give me 1 second here. So I'm going to come over here back to our main screen, but I'm going to pull the app up on the left side there. So this is the Lucy app. Now the Lucy number 1 is online, so I can bring her up. Now I can do some cool stuff. I can manually drive her around. We talked about that being a cool feature that this has. So I can do that. Let me get the promo out of the way real quick. That's one thing, but the other cool thing is I can actually start the onboard video. So I did this over the weekend and I had an echo. Apologize for that, those who watched, but check that out. That is the visual camera. And I tell you what, it actually rivals some of the webcams I've shown you on the show, doesn't it? And, it's not too far behind, maybe a second behind. There's, there's my chat window that you can see over there. There's my show window. So that is a pretty slick thing. But you know what? It actually has 2 different cameras on the front. It was just telling me the drive wheels aren't on the surface. So this is the second thing. This is the infrared camera that it has. So you don't have to have your lights on while you're using this. And I was showing this and it was echoing really bad this weekend. Android support, yes, Jeremy, full Android support on this one. Now what's cool is my monitors don't put out any infrared apparently because they're completely dark in this mode. But when I go back to the visual, and I can do that real quick with one button, then you can see they're back there. So that's a really cool feature of this, is those 2 onboard cameras that it has. It's showing those. So I've shown you quite a few things about this. Give me 1 second here. If I did hit recharge, I could do that. If I did want to record that video, I could. The other cool thing about it, like I said, is this is actually doing the same things that the Maxwell security enabled robot vacuum did. This one is actually able to be essentially a security guard for your home. So if you go up here to the menu, you go down to motion detection, and you can turn on motion detection. And anytime somebody crosses it or in its field of view, it'll alert and record a video so you can see it. So, this is probably one of the sneakiest webcams you have in your house. If you need one of these, it's just sitting on its charging station and it's going to alert you. So it kind of combines that capability of security. You may have interesting videos that it captures, like, well, this is, I think, a Saturday morning. This is me in my robe with my 2 kids running around, wondering where's breakfast, and it's sitting in its charging station. Hopefully I don't have anything too embarrassing here. There's Mav. He's looking for something, clearly. And then what's neat about it is it saves 2 different kinds of recordings. It saves also the night vision recording, so you can see what it's caught after the IR camera. Now, I have no idea how long it stores these, if it stores them in the cloud, a couple other cool things I'd like to know. But, the capability to do that is built into this robot vacuum. It has the resume cleaning. It has different voice settings. It has multiple languages. Maybe my mom wants to talk to it in Spanish. That's up to her. It'll give you the history of the cleaning and the schedules that you can do. The best pass here was it did that 440 square feet in about 32 minutes. So that was a solid surface. It can do carpet, no problems with that. These things work on all surfaces, which is great. Sweeping edgewise, so going around the room, things like that. It has all these great options. And what's cool about it is if you actually go into different areas of the software, you can actually see the update history of this. And this is one thing I pointed out, is they are constantly doing software updates here. So this is the last, 5 months. They've actually done one in October, December, January. They've done a lot of really cool software updates, which means while you're buying the features that it has today, any repairs or updates, you're not taking this thing into a service center or doing whatever. You're doing them over the air. So it's kind of like the Tesla of robot vacuums. You're getting all those cool things and, standard app updates as well. So it's able to do that. So that is the Lucy. I don't want to hold you guys off any longer. I really was super happy about this one. I want to bring up, just for you guys, the giveaway details, because I think that's what everybody's been waiting on here. So this is the giveaway for this Lucy. You're going to actually get this specific unit. It's in very, very good condition, and it will be all cleaned up and have all this stuff ready for you. It's just like the other ones. And if you did sign up for one of the other things, I'm not going to make you email me again, but the easiest thing you can do, email vacuum@thenetguy.com. If you don't know how to spell vacuum, which I have a hard time usually, send it to anything@thenetguy.com and it'll get to me. Use the subject line Lucy so that I know it's not just a love note for me, or maybe some constructive criticism about my live streaming abilities, but send that in the title and I will make sure that you get that. And if you want to send me, I've seen some really cool notes in the body of these emails, and it's really cool to hear from you guys. Love hearing where you're from, where you think you might use this. Again, it's not going to change the odds, but the drawing is going to be held on my birthday, April 5th, which is coming up on a Tech on Tuesday, 2 from now, I believe. So you'll have this option and the drawing will close right before the show. So that will be awesome. Pinky Tech's asking for home assistant support. Let me go take a look at the Amazon page. That's a great one. I believe it's got the app control. I'm going to look here, Alexa and app control. So right now it is supported by that home assistant, which I probably just woke up everybody's. But I don't know about home assistant. That's a good question. So have to see about that. But definitely a really cool product from the Trifo Robotics company. Super happy that they were able to send this. And again, big shout out to them. I bought one of these for my folks. I bought them the Emma, which I thought was a great deal. The Emma is also on sale. I didn't put it into the show notes, but the Emma is on a slight discount as well if you don't need any of the video capabilities. But man, what a cool feature that this one has. So that is the information about the drawing. If you need that again, I'll show it. I'll throw it one more time up before the end of the show. But if you're just joining, this is John the Net Guy. I do PC build, tech tips, gear reviews, and I do a show called Tech on Tuesday, which is what you're watching at Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. I appreciate it that you guys are here. I'm going to check for any questions in the Amazon chat. Yeah, well, okay, Miller's doing a little advertising in Amazon, whatever. I appreciate that. I want to tell you guys about something interesting here, and I'm trying to look to see if I have the other item. I do not. This is the final product that I wanted to show today here, and that is this sublimation ink. Now you're thinking, okay, how is this technical? Well, check out this shirt. This is one of the shirts that I had printed and made for me. I can only do so many of certain sizes and things like that, and I've got a show coming up that I wanted to do a kitchen tech, a very cool special. And, these guys reached out to me at just the right time because I had done some videos on the Epson printers. Let me pull this up because I need to pull their Amazon listing up to make this make a lot of sense. But sublimation is a really cool, essentially a crafting technique slash, creator way to make things. Whereas, years ago, I did the iron-on heat transfers. You wash them 3 times and all the letters fall off, and it never looked really good. But this one, the sublimation, actually turns this specialized ink into a gas. And what's cool about it is my Epson EcoTank videos. If you guys are subscribers because of those, I've got some really popular videos on those. Those ones actually have these ink tanks that can take raw ink now. So you don't have to have a sublimation cartridge, or a lot of these printers had continuous feed inks. So you'd have to have a more expensive printer. Well, now you can do sublimation printing at home. So you can do this where it will literally take the dye, the ink, and it turns it into a gas, and then it fuses onto whatever you need. So you will actually have to have a heat press or something similar to that. Some people have done very small projects with an iron, but to do it really well, a heat press is also needed, and a printer like any of the Epson EcoTank printers. I'm actually picking up a 2800 myself because what I want to do with this is some of the cool projects they have. So let me show you guys some of these neat things. So this is the list of the printers. Now, they say compatible printer models. I can't vouch for the specific ones, but they did mention that the 2800 is one of the best ones to get if you want to do, volume work there, which is pretty cool. And, I do like the Epson EcoTank, even if you're done and afterward you want to switch back to regular ink. But this is cool. So you print out onto, the paper, and you fill up these ink wells with the sublimation, the specialty ink. And there's the bottles that they have there. And you can make your own t-shirts, designs, cell phone cases, anything you want. And what's cool about this is it has UV protection. So a big problem I have at home printing is, after a year or two, all the colors fade. You can see those shirts. That's their example of it here. There's a special technology in the ink. So, this ink is not incredibly expensive when you think about what regular printer ink costs, but it's $23.99, and it's got another $3 off right now. So it's on the carousel right now if you're just taking a look here. And that is the sublimation ink from the L&C company. So what I'm going to use this for, and what I'm super excited about, is the Kitchen Tech show. Now, I want to make, let's surprise, give it away, but aprons. I want to do some cool aprons as a giveaway. I also have pretty cool mugs. I have some ideas for mugs that I want to make as gifts for people. So how cool is that? This is the, again, sublimation ink from the L&C company. And it's $20 right now on Amazon. Link is in the video description as well as in your carousel. So that is all of the products today. I will be showing you more about this one when I'm able to print with it and really show you the quality. There is a promo code that I need to give you guys on this one though. So give me 1 second. The promo code has been active. It's 15% off on this one right now. Give me 1 second to pull the code up, and it's 15, so 15 sub ink, SUBINK. So if you use that promo code 15 sub ink, they'll take another 15% off of that. So another $3 on top of the $3. So you're getting this for $17.99. So if you think this is something you're going to do, if you know somebody that's into crafting and wants to do sublimation, really cool quality ink. Let me pull a couple of our products back out that I've been showing today. We started out with this really cool aluminum alloy, laptop stand, which is really slick. It has tons of adjustability. I think I'd be using this myself as one for the show, so you're probably going to see it in many, many future shows over here to help me optimize my space. A lot of people have mentioned that they've got loved ones or know people that are using those. This is that desk lamp, which we can turn on and off. Again, task-specific lighting, multiple different brightness levels, multiple different color modes. So you can go between warm light and cool light. That one is also available at Amazon. And then the last product and the star of our show is the Lucy vacuum. This one combines all of the best features of a pet vacuum and a security-enabled robot vacuum. This has been John the Net Guy. I'm going to do one quick sweep here, and then I'm going to give you a little tease of next week's show because, man, is that cool. I didn't have enough time this week to do exactly what I wanted. It's going to take probably almost 2 to 3 hours to do what I want in the next show. But I'm going to pull it up here. Sometimes if you guys want a little hint at what's coming, occasionally I do my homework and I get ahead. So if you go over to my Amazon page here and you scroll down, it has my past live streams. Let's see, where are past live streams? There we go. So you can say view all live streams. Now, if you want to see that one special that we had with all of the other vacuums, that was actually on Saturday. That was 3 days ago. That's this one right here. You can see some of the other shows I've done. But if you go down here, this number 11 Tech on Tuesday, that's what's coming next week. And oh my goodness, is this going to be a show. So I've got the Echo Dot, the Echo Show, the Amazon Fit, all of the tablets and the Fire Sticks, as well as a bunch of cool add-ons. I even have a game controller that you can use with your Fire Stick. So we've been using Fire Sticks on vacations. I'm going on a trip this weekend, so I'm going to capture some footage. I am bringing my Fire Stick. So if I'm at the hotel and it's late at night and I want to watch some more of my Picard, Star Trek Picard, I can pick up right where I left off. I'm going to bring that game controller and I'm going to be able to play games on my hotel TV, or, you know, in the future, what I think this is going to be great for is for my kids. So it's a very cool budget game controller that works with your Fire Stick, and you can play some of the games that they have on there, which is really slick. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. This has been John the Net Guy. Again, do PC build, tech tips, gear reviews, and I do this really small show called Tech on Tuesday that someday will be a really big show, I hope. And maybe we'll even do it on Saturdays with all the big guys. And if you haven't yet already, do me a favor, follow me on Amazon. You can take a look at my Amazon shop and you can follow from there. And I will catch you guys all in a future video.